Hi everyone.
Hey everybody.
Hi, hi.
So,
So hi Zach.
hi Zach. So it's two Zachs on the stream.
Yeah. So finally we did this. Make it happen. So
Yeah.
let me give a brief about us and what we are doing right now. Actually, you can see AWS on Fly. So me and Zach met on a online community. It's called AWS Community Builder. So we thought of start something like this to share our experience and knowledge with the community and help the community. So before go ahead, I think it's better give the audience about a small introduction about ourselves, right, Zach?
Yes. So, uh, yeah, about
Okay.
me. So we are community builders, and something about myself is I'm a cloud architect for serverless at a startup based out of India, and I do a lot of blogs. I write a lot of blogs, and I also do a lot of designing and architecting applications using AWS serverless tech. So that's a very quick introduction about me. So Arshad, can you tell about yourself?
Yeah. So I'm Marshall Zachariah. So everyone call me Zach. So I think it's easy to remember my name. So I'm currently based in Singapore. I'm working for Palo IT Singapore. So I'm working as a DevOps engineer. My whole background about I mostly work with DevOps. Help the organization to enable the DevOps with the organization and so on. Yeah. So yeah, about me with AWS, I think since 2014, I was working on AWS, and yeah, I think the first intake of AWS Community Builders, I was chosen. So this is my second year of AWS Community Builders program.
So good.
Yeah. So I think the next one we should share with our community, right? Our AWS history, where we started the AWS on AWS and how AWS helped us, and where we right now. I think Zach, you can go ahead first.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's been about 4 years for me, who is working on AWS tech itself from the whole uh, server-based architecture. So all EC2, ALB, all the traditional server-based architecture, and then I got transitioned into serverless. So mostly Lambda functions, Fargate, and DynamoDB, AppSync. So all of those things where I'm working mostly nowadays. I'm working only on serverless tech, but it's also the other services which I look into, such as Textract or um, a lot of other services. So yeah, what about you,
That's
Zach?
So I started on AWS since 2014. So I used to work in Doha, Qatar for a mobile application company. So it's a very interesting project. We were doing a mobile streaming platform. It's same like now we have TikTok, YouTube, right? So in 2014, that the platform we built for the kind of you know we have these American Got Talent, these stage shows, right? So same platform we try to build on mobile platforms. It's an iOS application initially, and we were doing the Android one as well. So it's the infrastructure is on AWS those days. So I managed to work with RTM the protocols using the CloudFront. Those days, I mean, like it for me, it's very new in 2014, and I had to learn a lot. And to be honest, what? Those days, the community is not that much vastly spread. So I had to go through a lot documentation and read myself and learn a lot from my seniors. And the good thing about AWS, that the support is really cool. And always when you create a support ticket, they always jump and help. So it was my first project on AWS. I would say like we're using S3, EC2, ALBs, load balancers, and those days I don't think no ALBs, only ELBs. Yeah. So especially we use the CloudFront, yes, and yeah. So it was really interesting project. Then I was working on an e-commerce agency in Sri Lanka. So we fully on AWS. So we used to run the Magento on AWS, like multiple production site, like huge retail customers in Australia. Then until from then now still I'm using AWS. Now things have changed, and it was a really cool journey.
Awesome. So, Zach, you did mention that you were in one of the early times when AWS was there, and
Correct.
also you
Correct.
there was no community at that point of time. And how was your experience then, and just a
Oh,
comparison from then and now?
yeah. Then and now is totally different, huh? Because I remember those days. Okay, I'll explain with my first certification, AWS Solution Architect Associate. Trust me, those days less resources. Even though there were some courses in the famous platforms, but it's not easy to study, and the exams are very very tough. I tell you, you need the hands-on experience to answer the questions. The thing is, the resources those days are very less compared to now. I would say compared to now, and the experience exposure I had those days, right, very less than now. So yes, it was tough to me. Like yeah, like Zach, like you asked, the resources with the community and the community support were very low. But I remember there were like so many Facebook groups. Facebook groups are like now it's kind of spam. Like so many groups are like using for different purposes. But those days like few very legit groups that we could use for collect the resources. Like and if there are issues, there are people who will help. And yeah, that was really really. A nice period of my life that I learned myself a lot about AWS. A few of the tools. Yeah. So what about you, Zach? Do you have any uh, you know any blockers when you're doing those days?
Yes, yes, yes. So, I started with serverless in the very initial stages, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, there was no much of a content or anything such available on the internet. So your go-to solution is the documentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going through the documentation and building up stuff, and then probably the AWS forum, which was then, and now it's repost, right? So
Yes.
uh, AWS forum was one place where you post your questions, somebody would answer it, or
Answer it.
Stack Overflow. Those were those standard
I, I
go-to
I
places.
I remember some of my questions in Stack Overflow is still there. Nobody answered like in 2014. Yeah. I think there are a lot of changes in yes, I remember a lot of changes in the cloud front also. Like they removed a lot of that streaming part of the cloud front. There used to be two options.
Okay.
So I think they decom the one of the options now. Yeah, so many changes because AWS, right, every day they come up with new innovations and stuff. So yeah, so it can be a different
Absolutely.
product name. Yeah, yeah, that's totally fine. I think compared to those days,
Yeah.
it's very easy now, especially the community. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
yeah, you have any unforgettable memories about AWS using AWS services? It can be a
yeah.
disaster. It can be a good thing. It can be a funny memory.
Yeah, so I do have this one serverless app which I built, like probably the first or second serverless app, which was built totally from the console. So everything is
Okay.
on AWS console, and
Wow.
I can't version control it or anything because it's not infrastructure as code, right?
So the console,
Anything you
click,
got?
click, click. Yeah. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
personally I don't like. I mean, like I'm not more console person. So I love to have everything, any changes in my code. So it's as a best way of practices. Better follow that, right? So it's part of my job role to maintain that quality of the work. So yeah, everything should be in the code. It can be
Absolutely.
sometimes hard initially when you implement, but once you implement, it's very easy to manage the version controls, and if you have any rollback, very easy to do that, right? Yeah. So yeah. So if you ask me with my experience, I have I mean, like it's funny and sometimes very dangerous. So we had a hackathon. One of my previous company, we did a hackathon. It's like a hackathon, like the overnight we stay in the office, and it's very funny. We have having pizza and junk food and all the brainstorming going on. Very fun. So the next day morning, there are a few teams, right? So next day morning, one team is kind of having like a. I can see some yelling going on. Some everyone is like panic. Something going on. The problem is they currently suddenly when they're checking the AWS bill, it was around like 20K or 12K, some around like 10 to 20K between. I don't remember the exact figure,
Okay.
but the bill. Then they found out there are some instances created without their it's not created by them. They have no idea from where it's created. So suddenly they asked us. So I told them immediately change the root password. And if you have any IAM access, please revoke all the IAM access and create support ticket for the AWS. So AWS understood. It's kind of unauthorized access. So they didn't charge anything. We had a good relationship with them, and it's good that it stopped in that amount, and they never charged for that. The root cause. So when we're doing the root cause analysis, they find out that one engineer mistakenly pushed the IAM username and password to the public GitHub repo. So you know the rest, right? So there are so many bots running on even now to scan for these IAM username and password. So use keys. So it's very very dangerous if you are using that. Like never ever put in the public GitHub, public GitHub or public repo anywhere. So it's it seems like fun when we were laughing, laughing, laughing. The best thing is that team won the first prize.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So much
so
for
yeah,
getting your
yeah,
credentials
yeah. So
compromised.
I still remember my tech lead was like, yeah, it's not like they are like bugging each other, make fun, very sarcastic, right? So my tech lead always say, okay, you spent 20,000 to win this prize. Oh, that's very funny. So I think it's time to talk about what is this AWS Community Builder. What do you think, Zach?
Yep, yep. So,
Yeah.
why do you go first, Zach?
Yeah. Okay. So I was following AWS Twitter, AWS LinkedIn. So suddenly, around August, or I think August or July in 2020, yes, the COVID, all the pandemics going on, right? I was looking for home. Then I noticed that okay, there's something called AWS Community Builders. You can apply this to be a community builder. So I was going through these the notes and everything. I saw that okay, it's for AWS community where we can share knowledge and can learn a lot of things from them, a lot of so on things. So later on we can talk about that. So I just applied, and in 2020, Zach, I was working for a company called Ep1. So we did a kind of a POC for integrated the Alexa with AWS code pipeline. So you can use Alexa to build your code, and it's kind of a POC. So that one we presented in AWS Summit 2020 in Singapore. So I was very impressed. Like after seeing that, okay, I saw other POCs, other community speeches, and I was very impressed. I thought, okay, it's very nice. Okay, it's a time to apply for my community builder program. Then this and done. I received the email. So the best thing about community builders, you individually will receive an email from Jason Dunn, right? So everyone knows that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
who are in the community. So he's the community builder manager right now. So correct me if I'm wrong, Zach. uh, so you will be receiving a separate email from. So I received email. Okay, you're selected. You're chosen one. Wow, I'm really impressed. Then I think the end of around anyways end of 2020, we had the first welcome call about data community. I was very curious what's going on. So Jason Dan was explaining what the community and so on, so on. Then end of the session, he wanted to give us some limited edition swags, limited edition. Okay. So he asked us a question about. He was talking about he's doing a lot of watching a lot of TV series and a big Marvel fan, and watching animes. And so he was talking about his rack and his DVD guy storing, and asked us to guess the amount of the movies he had already. So what we did, so we had to submit. I think first 20, I think 20 or 10 people selected. So I was one of them. This is the limited swag I was trying to make. I wanted to show that to the community people. Yeah, I was one lucky, and I was almost there, guys. Yeah, so I won this t-shirt, the limited edition one. So I was very lucky to win that. So after that, I was in one year there, and I got exam vouchers free and all the things, if you're on the container stack or security, DevOps. There's so many groups are there. So you will get access to the your Slack channel. So Slack channel is very vast. So any doubts, anything we can share. If you're doing any content creation, you can boost, you can share with the community, and everyone will be watching that and give the feedback. That's the best part, Zach. Because of that, I started my own podcast as well. It's called DevOps with Zach. So so on so on. It motivated me to like do so many things for the community. So this is the what we are doing right now. Also one of that. I'm glad I met you, Zach. So we had a good discussion and thought of starting this. So AWS Community Builder program is really awesome. I think that's what I learned from AWS community, like learning still. I renewed my community builder program for the second year as well, so I'm eligible for 2022 also. So Zach, what is your opinion about the AWS community builder program?
Yeah, so I got to know about it when a lot of folks whom I follow, more of a community builders themselves whom I follow, and they started boosting about community builder, and I was curious, like, what is this new thing? I mean, is it something like user group or what is it? So that's when I started googling stuff, and I found out, and yeah, and I did apply it once, and then I do see an email from Jason that yeah, you're selected, and you made it to a 10% cut, I believe. I'm not
Yes,
sure, but
yes,
it's
it's a
ten
vast
percent
number of
cut, right?
applications, right? Yeah, they have to select on a certain amount. So it's
Yep,
I think we both are lucky. Huh?
yep, the lucky ones. Yeah, and so what I did prior to Community Builder is I did author a lot of blogs, especially in the serverless section, where I did some how tos and also some things where I implemented it to enhance my architecture. So based on these articles is probably Jason and Farah, who is the community head for serverless, would have shortlisted me and selected me. So yeah,
Yeah. That's true. That's
and
the best part, right? So I was into DevOps. So after doing community builder, I'm kind of interested in security. So I can learn from the side because I want to more dig into like DevSecOps side. So you
mhm.
know, so I learned a lot of things from the DevSecOps community and the security channel in the Slack, the AWS Community Program. So recently there's the 0 day the vulnerability. What's that? The Java the zero day vulnerability. What is that? The Java plugin. I forgot the name. So
uh, yes, log,
log 4j.
log, yeah,
Yeah,
log
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah. Because for me, I moved background from like Python, Go, and stuff. So Java, I'm very less used in my life. So got familiar with that plugin logs. Right, yeah. So log4j2, right? Yeah, log4j2. Yeah.
log for G. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So about that, I mean, like when it was there, so I saw this, a lot of people are panicked and talking about the community. So even the community builders are like helping each other. Okay, you do this patch. There may be multiple applications they are running, right? So you can contact this person and you can get the help. I was like very very happy to see this. That's what the purpose of the community, helping each other. So that's what matters, right? So compared to like I was talking about 2014 to now, wow, it's like a vast area like they're improved like as a community. And when we're talking about the community, I would mention that I thought like if we're talking about the cloud native and the cloud agnostic. So after I researching and I'm learning about the open source tools which are helping by AWS is a vast. It's more than 1,200 plus tools are there. Uh, it's barely supported by AWS. So the Firecracker is one of the project, right? Which is the backbone of the Fargate. Yeah. So it's a really awesome program. I think if anyone very interested, you can try. I think Zach it's Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right? Only 4 times per year the
Yes,
applications
yes,
are
yes,
offered.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yep.
keep in touch. Yeah. In the Twitter, the Facebook, LinkedIn, you can check. Later we can share the links. So they always post when they're going to open the application. So the limited period, you can make sure you can
Yeah.
apply. Yeah. So don't worry. I mean, like maybe you're a newbie to the community. It doesn't matter. Like if you have an opportunity that you have a potential, you get selected, and you get benefits. The
Yep.
best part is like the AWS credit is like $500 you'll get per year. So that's more than enough for you to do a lot of lab testings, and if you're doing any content writing. Okay, when you're talking about content writing, right? So there's separate session for how to write contents, how to do the boosting. So check the Zach, I mean Noel's dev and I think Medium articles also you're writing, right? So a lot of platforms he is uploading. I think he's having like plenty of awesome articles about serverless. Yeah, I hope one day you can be a serverless hero.
Yep, hoping for it, Zach, and
Yeah,
also you too on the security front. So yeah,
yeah. I
and
hope.
yes. So Zach, as you were speaking, I added the Community Builder link in the chat, and also I'm highlighting
Yes.
it. So
Yeah.
anybody who's watching it and is excited to be part of the Community Builder, you can
Yes.
head out to the link. If you haven't applied for the 2022 Q1 cohort, you can apply. You can add your name to the waiting list. When it's open, you will receive an
You
email.
receive an
All you
email.
have to
Yes.
do is apply for it.
Yes. So this is an awesome program. Actually, we are both not paid for. We are doing as a community work right now. We will not get paid. We are doing this for like help the community. It's not any paid advertisement about AWS, but this purpose we started. Me and Zach, we both Zach, me and Noel, we never met each other before, but we had a good relationship in this community. So we had a couple of I mean like we joined a couple of sessions, so we thought of okay, we should start something like this. So if you have any idea like this, please execute. And main intention to start this channel is share knowledge and do some fun work. In the future we are planning to do a lot of new things and some hands-on demos. If you have any use case, we would like to try it on ourselves and share with you for different use cases. And it doesn't matter to be serverless or DevOps, nothing. So if you need some, if there's something new, maybe related to networking, maybe related to storage, yes, we will come with the new awesome content in the future. So I think this is a good start. So anything else, Jack?
Yeah, so just to add on, Zach, for what you mentioned about the community, it's a global community, and the
Yeah,
fact that how we met, you're based out of Singapore, I'm based out of India,
yeah,
and I mean we're not met in person, but the fact that we got together on
yeah.
the global community is really amazing.
The amazing thing is that both names Zach. It's very rare.
Right.
Yeah. We can do a lot of awesome things, and we are planning to do a lot of quizzes and having some live sessions, maybe some hackathons. So we have a lot of things in our pipeline for this year. So this is we planned last year actually. We have to do something like this from the new year, but we supposed to do it on January, but it's I got married, so with I was stuck with that thing, and so I was talking to Zach, and we thought, okay, no worries, we'll do it on February. So yeah, here we are right now.
Yep. So congrats, Zach. Happy bad
Thank you.
life,
Thank you.
and it's never late. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
got
never late.
started. So this is our
Yeah,
first streaming, and more to come.
more
And
to come.
there's
We are planning to actually initially do two streamings per month. So let's see if what's going on. So if we need more like bonus streamings, so we are more than happy to do it. Like it can be like 30 minutes or 1 hour. It's more than that. It depends on. So we are more than happy to do this part of the community. So yeah. Anything else, Zach?
yeah. So that's pretty much about
Pretty
it.
much right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So go AWS.
Go AWS.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. See you guys on the next session. So hope if you have any feedback, just give us. We are still maybe we can do mistakes, and yeah, we are
Yeah.
we are
So Zach, can you add your Twitter handle or something just in case we hear
yeah.
from folks and we can put it out? Yeah. So, anybody who's listening and watching it later on, you can reach out to us on Twitter. So, if you can see my handle, it's Zach George Noel. Uh, You can DM me or follow me. You can, if you have any queries, if you would like to be part of the streaming and you want to share your knowledge, you can uh, let us know, and think of a we can think of a session where uh, you can come in and share your knowledge. So, yep.
Yeah. Zach, can you copy my tweet handler there? I think it should be.
Yes.
Yeah, I just put in the private chat. Yeah.
Yep. So,
Okay then.
so that's
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 it for
Harshan
today.
Zakaria's handle. So, yeah.
So it's all about that. So today's session is very initial one. So we wanted to do an introduction and talk about the AWS community, and we plan to do a lot of things. So next session can be something related to serverless or something DevOps, maybe both together, right? Yeah. So Dev
Right.
and DevOps is a good combination, right?
Yes, absolutely. And any development obviously needs DevOps. So, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we'll do about don't worry, it's not exactly like AWS, but how to enable AWS and DevOps. So many things are right. So I know like people doing things maybe in a wrong way, like Zach. So if you know the cost, maybe that application may be running the serverless like a Lambda, maybe for a low cost. Some may be running on a C4X large EC2 instance. So you should know what you're doing. So don't worry, keep in touch. We'll be talking about so many things, and we're sharing a lot of knowledges. And we are planning to invite other guest speakers like other community builders, maybe from solution architects. Yeah, anyone who willing to share some knowledge.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So, yep, that's about it for this
That's about
stream. And uh, do catch up. And if you have any suggestions or anything, reach out to us on Twitter. Yeah, so that's
okay
about
then.
it. So go AWS.
Go
Thank you,
AWS.
everybody.
See you. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye.